Yo, what is up? So I'm going to be showing you a ultimate guide for +1 speed keyboard escape. Definitely make sure you leave a like and you subscribe. Sometimes I do give out stuff. So yeah, definitely subscribe. Now let's get into this. So in this video, I'm going to try and cover basically everything for the game. And hopefully you find this useful. Now, of course, all new players, they do start off in World 1. So at the minute in the game, there's World 1, there's World 2, and World 3, and there is a limited edition world called the BB No Money World, although this will be removed this Saturday. So if you see in this video in the future, then obviously that's probably gone by now. Now, one thing to note, in every world, there is a shop, which is very important because items are very good. There's also this section, whatever you want to call it, with like the pressure plates. That's what I call them, which is very good. There's also treadmills as well. Now, when you first start off on the game, you only have this like brown treadmill, which is only +1 speed, but I guess it's still decent for AFKing. Basically just means you can stand here and you can farm XP instead of having to run back and forth. You can literally just AFK here, which is pretty nice. And obviously you can buy better ones, but they will cost you Robux. So for example, this admin treadmill is a +100 speed, but it is like 2,000 Robux, so it's very expensive. Now let's go back to talk about these, because you'll notice this section is in every world as well. So basically the way this works is your win counter in the top left. So I have 8 trillion wins, which is an absolutely absurd amount. But basically the way you activate these is pretty much you need a certain amount of wins to actually be able to activate it. So this one right here, this is only 3 wins. Obviously this is World 1, so this stuff is pretty cheap. But this one here, this is 100 wins. So basically all it means is you need 100 wins to be able to activate it, which will get 25 a step. And you'll notice every single time you upgrade, obviously it gets better and better, but it also gets more and more expensive. So this N1 for World 1 is 50k wins you need, and you get 500 a step, which pretty much means you'll get more XP, which basically means you'll level up faster. You don't need to worry about this too much, because as you progress through the game, as you get more wins, it actually automatically equips for you, and you'll know which one you've got activated because it will turn yellow. So if I wanted that one or that one, they always turn yellow. So yeah, always just make sure you got the best one equipped. Now, time for the items. The items are very important because they also give you an extra speed boost, which means you'll be able to level up way quicker. So whenever you can, try and afford some items. One thing I will say though is try your best to not go under whichever one you've got. So like if I was to buy, like let's say I've got 15k wins and I finally unlocked this one, I would actually recommend that you try and not fall below this. So if you're trying to buy an item from the shop, let's say 3k, which is this chocolate pretzel, I would actually aim for 18k. So that means you're 3k above the 15k threshold here. So that means you'll still be able to keep this, and also you'll be able to get that new item, if you get what I'm saying. So try not fall below, because it does make a big difference in terms of leveling up. So yeah, obviously when you do buy new items, make sure you go to your inventory, click items, and always click equipped best, because equipped best obviously puts on your best ones. Although sometimes it can glitch with the merging items. You see how this one's 288%? For some reason, it doesn't equip best on that. But this is only for very specific reasons, like the merging. So I need to put this new back on. But yeah, definitely make sure you got your best items on. Now also, throughout the world, like whichever world you're in, this happens in every single one. The further you go through the parkour course, the more wins you get. So this first stage in World 1, you get 1 win. The second one is 3 wins. And then let me just slowly do this. And then, yeah, the next stage, you get 10 wins. So every time you do this, the higher the wins, which is pretty nice. And obviously, at the end of the world is usually how much, well, you get like way more, obviously. So yeah, always try and progress as far as possible to get as many wins as possible, because obviously wins are very important in this game, because the more wins you have, the more speed you'll be able to get from these that I explained earlier. And obviously, the more items you'll be able to buy, which is very, very crucial. Also, by the way, if you're going to be spending a lot of time on this game, I would actually highly recommend that you get the 2x wins game pass. I can't remember how much it is exactly, but you can buy it here next to this trophy. And yeah, basically it just means every time you get wins, it'll be doubled. So it is very OP, and it's pretty time saving too. I'm pretty sure it's a few hundred, so I would actually highly recommend that if you can. Now, I'm heading over to World 2. I kind of forgot to show you, but basically what you want to do is while you're in World 1, you want to prioritize getting to 120 levels, because obviously that is the moment when you'll be able to go to the next world. And ideally, you want to be going to the next world as soon as you can, because the next worlds are pretty, well, they're much better. So get to 120, go to World 2. And basically, World 2, it's pretty much the same thing again. Obviously, you still got the same treadmills. You still got the shop. You've got these, although you've got way more of them now. as you can see. See, the one in this world, it's 500k a step, and it requires 50 billion. So yeah, it is pretty mad. But just progress through, get as many wins as possible, try and level up. It's been a while since I've been in World 2. Wait, isn't that... I'm pretty sure... Wasn't there usually a boss here? I'm pretty sure there was usually a boss in the middle. I guess that's gone now. But yeah, just continue your progress. Level up as much as possible. I mean, one really good way to level up, like, the most would be to play during admin abuses. Because if you've never played during an admin abuse, they are super OP. And you can get, like, 2,000 XP bonuses during the peak of an admin abuse. So you can level up so much quicker. It's actually mad. Like, even, at my point in the game, I'm level 773. It would actually pretty much be almost impossible for me to level up without an admin abuse at this point. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, you know, the admin abuses are crazy. You'll make more progress during a 1 hour admin abuse than you probably would playing the whole week without an admin abuse. So always remember that. I wouldn't recommend like AFKing on a treadmill like this and just trying to level up without an admin abuse. I would kind of recommend when there's no admin abuses, just try and get as many wins as possible to obviously upgrade your step count and obviously your items, so that when an admin abuse starts, you're prepared to get as much XP as possible. But anyway, so obviously once you completed World 2, go to World 3, which is level 400. World 3 is actually currently the best world. So yeah, I'm sure in the future they will add a World 4. And obviously if you're watching this in the future, then there is a good chance there probably is a World 4 by now. So when you're in World 3, I mean, you can do everything I'm about to say you can do in the other worlds too, but I'm just going to go through a lot of the different stuff. So what I would highly recommend, obviously we spoke about the items. Try and get the best items you can get, because obviously the more speed you have, obviously you're going to level up a lot quicker and stuff like that. Now also in your inventory, which by the way is on the left side of your screen, go to your inventory, and then at the top, you can also upgrade a thing called your trails, which is pretty important. I would always focus on trying to get whichever trail you can afford, because you do get a big speed boost. So for example, like the blue trail is a 2x speed boost, but then it's like a 3x. And obviously the further you go down, the more expensive they're going to be, but the much better speed boost you're going to get. I mean, some of these just completely double. So 100k speed boost up to a 200k. And obviously the further you go down, you'll get to ones like the Transcendent Trail, which is a 3 million speed boost, which is absolutely insane. So do keep that in mind. Always trying to upgrade your trails. Also with your auras, for example, definitely be trying to upgrade your auras too. Although these are a lot more expensive. Your trails are much more like beginner friendly because they're pretty cheap. Like the cheapest one's like 500 wins. So obviously you'll be able to buy those way sooner. But your auras, the first one is 1 million, which I know for beginner players, that's quite a lot. So you're going to have to save up for that. And honestly, you probably won't be able to buy this in World 1, I don't think. You probably have to wait until you're at least in World 2 or World 3 to be able to afford that. Because 1 million is quite a lot in the beginning. So obviously your items, we spoke about that a few times. Now, in one of the most recent updates, I think it was like 2 weeks ago now, 2 weeks or something like that. Basically, they added a feature called merging, which is pretty decent. So basically, if you've got 5 of the same item, you can actually merge those 5 items and make it into like a mega item. So for example, I always showcase this because this is always my favorite comparison, but basically with the milkshakes, so this milkshake right here is 10% speed bonus. But if you get 5, which I actually have 5 right here, as you can see, if I was to merge these 5, it actually boosts it up to a 26%, which is more than double. So basically an extra 16% bonus. So yeah, definitely merge if you can. Although one thing I will say with a merge, which I think a lot of players make actually, like this mistake, is don't be merging items that you have equipped. So click equip best, right? And then whatever you've got equipped, don't be merging. Because the thing is for example, if I were to merge these 5 Canada Earths that I have equipped, right? That would be what? 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000. So these 5 would be 1000%. If I was to go ahead and merge these 5, I would be taking away 1000% on my team, and I'd basically be replacing it with a 365%, which obviously would only affect me negatively. So I would only be merging items in your inventory, if that makes sense. Like if I had 5 spare Canada Earths in my inventory that I'm not using, obviously it's worth to merge them into a 365% to then put on my team, if that makes sense. You don't want to, like the last thing you want to do is lower your speed percentage down here. You see how mine says 5,158? You don't want to be going lower than that. You don't want to be taking anything off your team or changing your team if it means that percentage is going lower. Pretty much. So always keep that in mind. Which actually, speaking of that, I need to take that off and put that on. There we go. So yeah, now I've got 5,247. Always be aiming to get the higher number. Never lower it. Even if it means to merge. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, obviously in this world, always just be trying to get as many wins as possible as well. Try and unlock your the best one here, which obviously this will take a while. This is 7.5 trillion wins for this one. But obviously, yeah, the more you do this, the better. Like with this one, for example, this is 5 million a step. But then the next one is 25 million, which is actually a 5 times increase, which is crazy. Now, another thing I would actually highly recommend is if you're trying to get a lot of wins, try and maintain a win streak. So I'm going to try and do this without dying here. Basically, sometimes I'm not even 100% sure how it works, because the thing is with a win streak, if I was to go on this, it wouldn't count. But I think if you just go far enough into the obby, like I say, I don't know exactly what point. Maybe someone can inform me in the comments. But at some point in the obby, if you start collecting wins, you actually start going up a win streak. Now, I'll probably just go all the way to the end just to show you. So let me do this. Also, this is another section right here where the boss is glitched. There usually should be a boss in the middle there. There's actually a key. Should I go for the keycap? I guess there's another point. If you ever see these keycaps, you might as well go for them because you get extra wins. Also, you can find black keycaps, which is, they're called secret black keycaps. That's the official name. And they are really good. They're the best. If you see one of those, definitely try and go for it. Because, yeah, you get a lot. So let's jump down here. Oh, another thing too is if you can play with friends, you will get a friend boost when it comes to XP. I don't think the friend boost helps with wins though, but it does help with XP, I'm pretty sure. Especially during admin abuses. If you can jump or play on a VIP server with a bunch of friends, then yeah, you're going to be getting way more, which is nice. So hopefully I make this. Yeah, I only just make that, but I do get to the end of the game. Now, if I collect this... Okay, no, it didn't count. Yeah, sometimes it does do that. Hold on. What I'll do is I'll just quickly make it to the end of the game again, and then I'll show you, because the next time I do it, I should definitely start a win streak. Okay, so we made it to the end again. Hopefully I make that. Okay, I did. So when I collect this, it should, at the top of my screen, say that I've got a win streak. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So I've got a 10% win streak, which basically means, so every time I win from now on out, I will get an extra 10% bonus, which is pretty cool. I mean, the more, obviously, the problem is you got to maintain the win streak. Like if I was to die right now, which there's probably going to be a good chance because I'm probably going to jinx it, but if I was to die right now, my win streak would end, and obviously I would no longer be getting the bonus. So at the minute, it's only 10%, which obviously, you know, I mean, it's good, but it's not crazy. You can actually go all the way up to 100%. So if I was to win 10 times right now, or well, technically 9 times, I'd go up to 100%. And every win after that, well, not the beginning wins. I'm pretty sure it resets the beginning wins. But like every time I complete at the end with 100%, I will be literally pretty much be getting double my win amount, which is crazy. Obviously, the hard part is you can't die, otherwise your streak ends. But always try your best to maintain... Oh, that was close. Always try your best to maintain the win streak. I mean, my problem is every time I get up to like 100%, or there is a keycap there. Every time I get up to like 100%, I don't know. I feel like there's this like pressure to not die. And then I always end up dying, unfortunately. But yeah, if you can maintain the 100% win streak, you'll be getting so many more wins. Oh, I'm actually... Oh, bro. That was so close. But if I was to win that there, I would have went up to... 20%, and obviously 30%, then 40%, then 50%. So yeah, if you're trying to get a serious amount of wins, definitely try and maintain a 100% win streak, and also try and do it when there's 2 times wins on too, and you should be able to get a lot of wins by doing that. Anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. I mean, of course, there's a ton of stuff you can buy in the shop to also help you out if you're interested. I mean, obviously this is going to cost you Robux, but like the boombox gives you 2 times speed, and I mean, you can upgrade your speeds on the right side of your screen as well, although it's going to cost you a lot of Robux if you're trying to max that out. You can buy like speed boosts, which I guess actually this is a thing I did forget. Like you can activate a speed boost, and you can actually get it for free if you watch a video. This is kind of pointless if you're just regularly playing, but you know, for the millionth time that I've mentioned admin abuse, if you do play during admin abuse, I would actually watch a video and use the 2 times speed during the admin abuse, because obviously that's just going to help you out even more. But yeah, appreciate you. Like, subscribe, comment down below. You know, actually, if you did make it this far, comment the color purple, all right? Comment the color purple. It's going to be a secret word. Because I'm actually curious to see who's made it to the end of this. Yeah, color purple. That's the code word. Anyway, have a good day. Bye-bye.